All right, everyone. So, I am going to talk about my experience with Skinwalker because it seems to be a popular topic right now. A lot of people are interested in these beings, and a lot of people have, quite frankly, the wrong idea about them and what they're capable of. A lot of people think this is just something, they're going to load up their gun and shoot. It doesn't work that way. That's not what a skinwalker is. A skinwalker is a very powerful being that, if you were to figure out that it was actually a skinwalker shooting it, wouldn't work. Unless you were to put some magic on the bullet. Now, the exact type of magic, I can't discuss, but if you look into it, I'll say that I can't discuss it because I'm still struggling with the whole Skinwalker thing, and if I discuss it, it'll make those creatures very wrathful. But you can go online and you can look up how to go about doing that. It's not that hard. So go do that. So a lot of people think they're just going to load up their AR-15 and shoot a skinwalker. You're more likely to do something that you will regret for the rest of your life if you do that, because one thing that skinwalkers can do is they can change shape to anything and anyone. And they can also, one lesser talked about ability that they have is the ability to make you hallucinate. So you can end up shooting a loved one that you think is a monster because of this thing. So be extremely careful. This is not something you can solve with ordinary weapons. Skinwalkers are essentially people who committed an extremely vile and evil act knowingly and deliberately in order to gain magical powers. And they not only just committed this vile and evil act, what they did was they did it in the context of a ritual, okay? So what they did was they already knew and were capable of black magic, right? And they went about and they did this ritual, right? And when they did the ritual and completed it, one of the requirements of completing this ritual was performing this vile act. So they did this vile act, and essentially what it does is it turns them into a being of immense power, but at a great price. What they have to do, so the legend goes, is they have to perform a very complicated ritual, and at the culmination of the ritual, they have to kill a family member, a loved one. Not just someone tied to you by blood, but someone that you genuinely love. And what it does is it shatters your own soul. And this soul-shattering effect gives you power in this world, but also kind of takes away any power you might have the next. Because what it does is it turns you into a soulless being. It hollows you out. So it's not something you want to do. And a lot of people tempted by the power offered will do it. Yes, you do get the power to shapeshift. You get the power to make people hallucinate. You get the power to fly. You get the power to do all kinds of things. But it comes at the price of your soul, as is the case with much dark magic. So, people talk about, encounters with skinwalkers, and they think, oh, they're just these gangly beings with no eyes and stuff like that. No, that's not what a skinwalker is. A skinwalker is a very powerful, evil sorcerer or sorceress, or just, gender neutral, whatever. So these beings, whatever identity they may have had before, they now no longer have a core identity. They can shapeshift at will, and often they don't have an actual default, or they may have a few forms that they favor, but they don't actually have a real form anymore, because they've destroyed their soul beyond repair. So their soul literally just becomes dust. But this dust still has consciousness, and it's imbued with great power because of the ritual that they underwent. So that's what a skinwalker is. That's what an actual skinwalker is. People talking about like wendigos and stuff, like these fleshy, cannibalistic, gray-skinned humanoid things that live in caves and whatnot. Those are something else. Those are an evil being, but not a true skinwalker. Not a true skinwalker. A true skinwalker is a shapeshifter. A lot of them are Native American in origin, but the capacity to become a skinwalker and the rituals making one they don't favor a particular clan or culture or people. Anyone can do it if they are actually that evil as to do what I said is required. In addition to all the black magic required, there's levels of black magic that you have to surpass first in order to go about doing this. It's all very, very disturbing stuff that you don't want to do yourself, and you never want to encounter one of these beings, because they're not something that you can solve with a weapon, or at least no ordinary weapon. These beings are pure evil. And that's the video. I just wanted to clear up the misconceptions that people have about skinwalkers and these beings. Alright, see you later.